guys, don't you just love that card? So we're going to make that card today. For your ink colors, you will need Momento Tuxedo Black. You will need Smoky Slate. You will need Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, and Pumpkin Pie. The stamp set that I'm using is the Spooky Sweets stamp set, and you will need the Toil and Trouble paper. Using this sheet, we're going to take this strip right out of the middle here. The other piece that we're going to need is the bat piece. Now, I just have a little scrap. You're just going to use it to cut out the bats with your bat punch. You're going to take your bats, you're going to line them up in the Spooky Bat Punch, and then you're just going to cut them out. So that's all you need for this paper. You're just going to use 3 bats out of there. For your cardstock, you're going to need a piece of watercolor paper. This one here is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then you're going to need a piece of basic black. This one here is cut 4 by 5 1/4. And then your A2 card base, which is Pumpkin Pie, this is cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, fold at 4 1/4. So that's it for your paper today. The first thing we're going to do is do our watercoloring, the Pumpkin Pie, Granny Apple Green, and the Gorgeous Grape. And you're just going to squeeze these in the middle so that you can get some ink on your palette here. And we're going to use that to do our coloring. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take an aqua painter, and we're going to go ahead and apply these colors to your watercolor paper. Now, this strip of paper has it going purple, green, or orange, green, and purple. So I'm just going to follow this pattern, and I'm going to make sure I put the green in the middle. So when I start this, I'm not going to water the paper down at all. I'm just going to pick it up, and I'm just going to start to apply it. And you're going to want to apply it about 1/3 to 1/4 of the way down. So once you have your Gorgeous Grape applied, you're just going to go ahead and use your scrap paper, squeeze a little water out, and then rub this back and forth, and that will run the ink out of there, and it'll be clear for your next color. Then you're just going to pick up your Granny Apple Green, and you're just going to start applying that one right underneath your Gorgeous Grape. Once you have that applied, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to move over to your Pumpkin Pie, and you're going to pick that up, and you're going to apply that on the bottom 1/3 of your paper. So you're going to set that aside. It's going to take a little bit of time to dry. You can also use your heating tool to dry that. So now you're just going to bring your trimmer in and your strip of paper that you cut out of your designer series paper. You're going to cut this into 2 strips of, it's going to be 3 3/4. So now we're going to take our 2 strips of paper, and we're going to glue one to the bottom and one to the top. So now we're going to go ahead and do some stamping on here. So you're going to take your Smoky Slate, and you're going to use the stamp, the mist stamp or the cloud right here. And I just took and stamped it just across the front here. Then I'm going to take my Happy Halloween and just kind of position it down here right where I want it. Then I'm going to pick this up with the plate, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink this up with Momento. Okay, so that's okay, but I want it darker, so I'm going to re-ink it. That's the great thing about this Stamparatus is you're not going to have a blurry image. So I'm going to stamp it just one more time. So that's perfect. So now we're just going to assemble this card. You're going to go ahead and take your basic black, and you're just going to want to use a strong adhesive again because the watercolor paper is heavy. You're just going to go ahead and glue this down to your Pumpkin Pie cardstock. And then the final touch will be to add your bat. So I'm just going to use the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Then you're just going to pop these up. That's it to the card. So cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed. So if you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe below, ring the bell, and I do have a newsletter that I would love for you to sign up for. Thanks for watching.